Let's check this out because have a look at the lineups. They've let Angel Stone out of the barn to play, Zath. They've handed him an Ohio and said, "Go do your thing, my friend." And I gotta say, if I'm Rain, I am not happy about that choice.
Well, would you like to tell us about Rain?
Sure. From the top spawn here of Game 2 on Hotspot, Rain is fielding a lineup not outrageously different than the one they fielded last game. 4 cruisers, 3 destroyers. We're looking at a Yodo, a Moskva, the most expensive ship on the team, the Moskva, a Napoli at 64 points, and a Janan. I was just looking at the cruiser list. We were talking about it right before the game, and I was like, Janan feels a little undervalued to me. So I'm really curious to see how they utilize it, or I'm going to pick your brain and find out if you saw one yesterday. Destroyer lineup, we're looking at Druid and Ragnar, maybe learning something from last game, and married to a super ship there. That is Tier 11 Japanese destroyer Yamagiri.
That's right. So opposing them to the south is 3X. They won the first game. This is a best of 3. Obviously, they want to win this and move on to the grand finals.
Indeed.
And actually just kind of sit for a while as the loser bracket finishes up. As you mentioned, they've got Angel Stone in his sniper build, Ohio. They've got a Yodo of their own and Henri. And now we go into their destroyers. A Druid, an El Bonk, as Bogsenheimer likes to call it, a Smolland, and a Zorky. So they brought a super ship of their own, also a destroyer. There it is, everybody.
Interesting. The Zorky is a ship that I have played a handful of games, literally like 3, and it's just never really clicked with me all that much.
Well, yeah, it's a little unwieldy because you want to use that funny button and unload on somebody, but at the same time you don't, because you really when you do that, you hurt your DPM quite a bit.
The destroyer funny buttons almost universally feel like traps to me.
It's only really useful when you know somebody's about to die.
Yeah.
1,000 hit points or under.
And you just want to be like...
absolutely gotta just take them out.
Right. Boom. Let's just make sure we get this, vomit enough shells out, that sort of thing.
Exactly. That's the only time I find it useful. Otherwise, I'd be happier in, I don't know what.
We're seeing 2 very different takes on how to contest C here, as Rain drives a Janan in from the north, spotted by the Elbing, who takes some citadels right away. Artorias does, because Elbing AP, and opposed from the south by Kinemad's Druid. But Artorias' Janan is perhaps, I won't say he's a great pick to contest this, because he has no way to spot for himself once he's in smoke. No radar, no hydro, nothing.
Right.
That's a tough gig.
Right. He does have the heal.
Yes.
He does have the smoke. He does have the high gun DPM for if he does discover an enemy destroyer.
Vile getting punished for his early insolence there.
He also has the deep water torpedoes with the reload booster.
Yes. So he'll do a decent enough job. Malamu's Druid now getting punished in return.
Yeah, Angel Stone landed a Angel Stone hit.
Yep, sure did.
What happens?
He was starting to sneak away, but Marcello's Smolland radar says, "I don't think so, sir."
That's right.
So a Bowen Druid reversing as more of those big Ohio shells coming into land. That's gonna hurt. No, he dodged most of that salvo. But this Druid now down to what? A quarter HP, under a quarter. As the torpedoes come in, he can see these. Points. He's clear, but goodness, what a price Malamu paid.
Yeah, I think he's going to just Homer Simpson it up for the rest of this match. I don't think he's going to be on the front lines anymore.
I don't think he can afford to. C contested, both teams ticking up a cap. An incredibly small lead here for Rain, but not trading health very well early. And it's health that they sort of can't afford to give up because they don't have that big battleship in their lineup the way that 3X does.
Well, that is very true. We aren't seeing the cruisers really flexing their muscles much. I mean, you've got the Moskva for Rain all the way over there. Basically, they're expecting or hoping, I guess, that 3X is going to go for the C cap, but they're not.
No,
they're in the middle of the map, and they're just dominating the middle of the map.
Yeah, I'm looking at this going. I think their plan is Camp C, deny those points. That's literally Kinemod's job. And they're going to slowly, eventually creep up, push to A on the back of this battleship. Oof. Oh, Marcello took at least
takes
one.
A torpedo.
Was it one or two?
One.
Okay.
He took one on the face.
That's a noteworthy chunk of the small one's HP. But of course, no. Well, they do have the Ragnar radar over there. I was about to say no radar on that flank. That's a lie. They do have a Ragnar.
Yes, they do.
Moskva radar now backing up Artorias' Janan at sea, picking up Kinemod on the opposite side of this island. They're trying to get eyes on Kenny. I mean, Artorias. I think they're trying to proxy spot him through the island.
Yeah. Well, Kenny's got the Hydro up right now to guarantee the spot, and then yes, you're absolutely right. He's just going to go up there because what can Rain do about Kinemod at this point, right? They're too busy over at A.
Yeah. The Moskva position kind of keeps him honest, like in the sense of he's unlikely to dive around this corner and try to kill Artorias all by himself. But it does allow the Yodo now, Faster Motion's Yodo on the edge of the map to start getting shells on him. And it also lets Angel Stone know where to look, right? Angel trolling now the bottom of the sea cap, turning in. Maybe he's going to come punch Artorias in the nose.
I mean, Janon's not a threat if it's bow.
There goes the Druid coming around, trying to get on the broadside and Citadel the Janon out. They can be able to do it too.
He's going to lose a lot of health to do this, though.
Yeah, but they're going to get him. I mean, you can't. The Druid can't. The Janon can't sustain that. Is it? I mean, and even
about now, just
if you're Kenny, honestly, if you're 3x, you make that play going. If you get the trade, fine. Try not to die, but if you get the trade, fine.
I love it. Kenny just he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna pop smoke and you're not gonna see me anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And it worked.
And it worked. And it worked.
Wow. Brilliant play by Kenny there.
Bold, and I love seeing it succeed. Again, I come back to Druid is one of those ships that I've struggled with because in randoms, if you play by yourself, you don't get a lot of support. But man, a Druid in the right hands of a coordinated team is a monster. Now, Sheep's Yamagiri way over here on the 10 line hasn't really been super impactful yet. I think these torpedoes he put out for Angel are all going to fall astern.
I mean, the entire 9-10 for Rain has been kind of lackluster. You know? One Yodo has taken out or taken up a Yamagiri and Yodo on the other side.
Yeah.
So, question is, Angel Stone smartly is going to dive behind this island, knowing that there's probably torpedoes coming in from that side anyways. Like you said, he's probably going to dodge everything. Actually, he's slowing down. Now, that torpedo is going to encourage him to speed up. And he'll dodge it because of that. Yep.
Woo! Close. Right under the screws.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, imagine Zath zoning into a game and being the only battleship in an entire match. What an amazing feeling that must be. To know... that there's nobody out there who's going to slap you when you make a turn, probably. Like, that feels good.
It brings back memories of taking a tier 5 strike Zuiho into a battle and seeing no enemy carrier. And just knowing that you're going to have a good game.
I hate you. I hate you so much right now. I hate you so much for bringing up so many bad memories.
Bad for you is great for me.
Oh, man. The old days when carrier matchmaking wasn't mirrored. Feels terrible. Well, it's a 170-point lead for 3X here as we're getting near the halfway mark of the game. 8.5 minutes gone. It's a one-ship lead as Sheep's Yamagiri now steps into sea. That stems a little bit of the bleeding, but this 4-ship push in the mid, Gangbarang's Napoli, Malamu's Druid trying to hold them back and just not successful, really. I mean, they simply don't have the board pieces, Zath.
No. Now, Faster Motion did just take a Yodo torpedo by Formazing, and he tried to get Faster back on fire. Did not happen. So that kind of feels bad, right? Nothing else is going to happen over there.
Rain has got so many ships clustered around this sea cap that they're going to lose control of A. It's simply a matter of time.
That's right.
Gangbarang's Napoli, though, is hanging in. The problem is the Henri's about to come around the corner and remind him that the Franco-Italian naval arms race sort of might not go his way.
Yeah, Gang's prepared for it, though. He's already starting to turn out.
Yep. Little surprised Legend didn't have AP in the barrel. There's the AP.
Yeah, I would have thought the same. He probably fired his guns and swore a few times and then switched.
Malibu out of heels, still has smoke. Well within sight of this Henri.
Yeah, well, too late now.
Too late now.
He's not going to use the smoke.
Oh, yeah, the Henri coming around the corner with his hydro up. Yep, I see it now.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that, the A-cap's going to fall to 3X. I don't think Rain gets back into this game now, Zath.
And, it's so crazy because, Rain played a nearly flawless tournament up until this point, only losing one game to STCN.
Yeah, I feel like they maybe had an opportunity. Like, we talked about it early on. You could see how much pressure, how much force 3X brought to the middle of the board. I sort of half expected Rain to rotate somebody over there to kind of help. They never did.
Right.
They never did. In fact, they pulled the Ragnar out. Intaro left that flank to come over here to C, and I'm still not sure why.
Well, I think they were trying to farm down Angel Stone's Ohio, but it's in Ohio. You really can't farm that thing down.
Intaro looks like he might have disconnected, Zath. Like, he's sitting stationary on the top end of the C cap, just chilling, and he ran straight over there for a while, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, Gangbrag now doing the Inky with the sap secondaries, trying to get Blood Legend that way.
Yep, letting his heel tick, trying to get his health pool maximized before he's visible again. He's got 11 seconds of smoke and 15 seconds. His heel's going to tick all the way up, right up until his smoke expires, basically.
Yep, there goes Gangbrag's shells.
He goes ahead and takes the salvo and doesn't get it. It takes 9K in return. Does finally bag the Henri.
And there's the trade.
But the Henri gets the trade.
I feel like Gang got a little greedy there trying to get that last hit in. Didn't even turn either. I'm surprised he didn't even turn.
Yep. Intaro back in the game now, but we're under 60 seconds here. Mm-hmm. Getting back into the C cap, which they already own, is not really going to do them anything.
No.
You have to wonder, Zath, if Sheep's Yamagiri might have been better served vomiting his torpedoes, into the middle of the board, right? If he had been playing like the top end of C, maybe call it around D6, D7, and just pushing torpedoes across the middle of the board to sort of discourage this push that 3X made right through the middle of the map.
Yeah, it's just, I'm with you. I don't understand the decision to just throw Jinan behind an island where it can't even see anything. But
yeah, I mean, he has. I almost feel like if you were going to if your plan was sit this guy here, contest the cap, hold the cap, I almost feel like you're better off doing it with an Austin, right? At least you've got the hydro at a minimum.
Yes,
and you've got the SAP and the funny button. So if somebody rushes you, you can probably make them sorry. And granted, let's be honest, they aren't going to rush you. Like, they probably aren't.
No. Either way, hey, congratulations to 3X for winning the winner bracket finals.
Yep. 3X gets to now go get a nap and a cup of coffee for a few hours while everybody else continues to play through to see who's going to fight them in the grand final.
I'm not going to lie, I'm a little jealous of this.
You and me both, sweetheart. You and me both.
Oh, goodness. Well, guys, it's going to take a little bit for us to figure out what's going to happen next. We're looking, hopefully, for a Game 3 in the losers bracket, but that won't come from the Cats no op, as Cats takes no op down 2-0. So it's only STCN and Elser as the possibility.
That's unfortunate. I would have liked to have seen no op just because I didn't get the chance to see them yesterday, but oh well, here we are.